Hi folks, Christy, your flute coach here. I'm following up on my last video where we spoke about some techniques, some embouchure changes that I taught you to gain some control or better control of playing your lower, your middle register and your higher notes, particularly those low and high notes at the extremes of registers there. So I spoke about some changes that we could make to our the shape of our embouchure, the size of our aperture, as well as the direction of airflow. And so today we are going to test whether those changes are working by using something called harmonics. So if you're not familiar with harmonics, basically what it is so each note that we play is not just one sound frequency, right? We hear one main fundamental note frequency, but hidden within that note are also these what we call harmonic overtones. So hidden notes that give the note that you're playing, that original note, a unique timbre and fullness to it. So one note is not actually one note, it's one note that we hear, but it's a collection of harmonic overtones hidden in there as well. So we're going to use this concept of harmonics to test whether the embouchure changes that we are making are working by trying to tap into those individual harmonic overtones. So we're going to play new notes without changing our fingers, our note fingerings, and we're going to tap into those harmonics that are hidden within that note. And basically that means we can eliminate changes down here and credit the changes that we're making in our embouchure with our air speed, direction, aperture size, etc., with the ability to leap up to those harmonic notes. So it can sound a little bit messy to start with. Let's give it a try together and see how we go. So I have chosen low D to do this exercise. So that is a note where essentially all of our fingers are pressed down. Our thumb is pressed down at the back. Check your flute fingering chart if you're unfamiliar with it, and we're leaving our right pinky off for that one. So I'm just going to stand back so I can prove to you that I'm not making any changes to our fingers, my fingers, but all the different notes that you hear are a product of the changes that I'm making up here. All right, so let's see if I can hit them. So the harmonics we'll be playing are our original D. The next one will be a D, an octave above. The next one will be an A, which is a perfect fifth above that second D octave. And then we're going to tap into that third octave D. We'll see if we can get there. And that's all going to happen by the changes we make here. And if you haven't watched that previous video about low and high notes, I recommend you pop on there now, have a look, and you can see what I'm talking about. It'll make a little bit more sense. All right, so this is our original D. So the air direction is going down, of course, as I explained. Nice smooth blowing edge on that bottom lip, and that top lip slightly overhanging, so it's directing, channeling our air downwards. Now I'm going to try and move that air upwards slightly, like I explained, by slightly bringing the lips, corners of the lips forward, almost in a subtle kissing motion. That compresses the aperture slightly smaller, which forces our air out a little bit more quickly. We need that increase in airspeed. And of course, bringing those bottom lip in particular forward, sweeps that air direction forward and further in front of us rather than diagonally down. So I'll see if I can hit that for you now. So I'll play the low D again, and then I'll make those embouchure changes, and you should be able to hear me flip up to the next D. Here we go. there we go, it worked. So I'm making those changes just as I explained. Now we'll try and leap up to that A next. So we're getting into that higher register. We're starting to approach that higher register. Once again, I'm going to increase the airspeed somewhat, compressing that aperture again by bringing the lips slightly forward, and lots of support behind that note. A little bit faster airspeed. Let's give it a try. So I'll start low D, progress to the middle octave D, and then to that A. See if we can get there. It's a little bit of a tricky one. Got there, got there. So there's that A, there's that progression. I'll do it again. Really does need some work. You can really hear at what point your airspeed or your air direction is struggling. If you can't quite get there, do what I did and just tongue the note, and you can sort of kick off and get there a little bit easier. But ultimately you want to maybe try and get there on a smooth transition, slurring all those notes together, and that really means that you've nailed that lip and embouchure flexibility that we're trying to learn. So we'll see if we can get up to that high D as well. So to get really up to that third register there, lots of support, faster air, so you'll use a bit more air, forcing it through that aperture that is compressed, and air direction moving forward once again, so not downwards like that lower register. There we go. So we got 4 notes out of 1. There are more. They are more challenging as you go up, and it's really fun actually. You can do this on any note you want. The lower the note that you start with, the more harmonics you can access, of course. So starting in the low D, the low C, C sharp type range will mean you can access more hidden steps within the notes. So do try that yourself. I'll try and get a little bit closer to the camera so you can see maybe these changes I'm making. So it's probably difficult to see, but my lips are coming forward. They are coming forward, but they shouldn't be puckering across the embouchure hole. So if you're finding you really can't hear these notes, get in front of a mirror and see what's actually happening. You might be making too much of a change and covering that embouchure hole too much and blocking the sound. I hope this little exercise has been helpful for you. Give harmonics a try and see, test yourself, test your technique, and see whether these low and high notes are popping out easily and sounding great. See you guys. Bye for now.